Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Oblivion. We've been making our way through the Knights of the Nine quest line. Last time we fought all of these knights for the right to take this armor. But we don't actually need the armor because it's really heavy. But each of the ghosts around here is supposed to tell us where they lost one of the pieces of the Crusader armor. So, we already talked to you, I believe, Sir Casimir. So we're going to go around and talk to the rest. Let's just verify.
The priests in the chapel of Stendar.
Yes.
They may be able to help you retrieve the gauntlets I lost so many years ago.
Yes, so his gauntlets
Walk with the nine, Sir Knight.
are stuck on the ground in the chapel of Stendar. And so we need to do something there to retrieve them when no one else has been able to move them before. What about you, Sir Ralbus?
You have my tribute, Sir Knight. In 300 years, none have passed the gauntlet. In 300 years, we have never known hope. But for the first time, it seems that someone may succeed where we have failed. I see in you the chance to redeem our souls and restore the Order. And now, I must ask you to press forward where I could not. I must ask you to face the challenge of Zenithar.
Okay, how did you fail?
I was arrogant and foolhardy. I sought personal glory. I placed my own will and my own lust for fame over the will of the Nine. In facing the challenge of Zenithar, I failed. I tried dozens, no hundreds of times to reach the mace. I fell each time. And each time I awoke in the chapel, I leapt again. I tried to enlist the help of the other knights, but none would come to my aid. The inscription says to walk in the faith, but even now, I do not know what this means.
Okay, so the mace, I guess, is the item of the Crusaders. I assumed it was just armor, but I guess it makes sense there's a weapon. What must I do?
Below the chapel of Zenithar and Leowyn, there is a shrine to the great craftsman St. Calidus. Those seeking the mace must pray before the shrine. When you bow, you will receive a vision, or perhaps not. It is unclear. The priest saw that my body never moved, but it felt so real. You will see the mace, separated from you by a great chasm. The chasm represents your doubt. Your faith must be your guide across it.
Okay, so trust in my faith. My faith will guide me?
This is what I know. As I said, my faith was weak. I did not understand the test, and I fell from the platform each time I tried to cross. I have told you all that I know. All that is left is for you to prove yourself more worthy than I. If you seek the mace, travel to Leowyn's chapel, kneel at the shrine in the Undercroft, and let your faith in the Nine be the salvation of us all.
Okay. I suspect that it's not actually going to be faith-based and it's going to be logic-based. And I'll just have to figure out what the puzzle is. But we shall see. Tell me about the gauntlets of the Crusader.
Casimir left with the gauntlets when the Order dissolved. I heard that he lost them, but I had my own problems to deal with.
Okay.
Our greed for the relics overshadowed our faith in the Nine. I can only hope that you are stronger than we were.
And anything further about this mace?
Legends say that when Pelinal Whitestrake was slain by the Aelids, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leowyn as a message. Centuries later, the master craftsman St. Calidus built the chapel of Zenithar in Leowyn as a tribute to the legend. When St. Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the mace of the Crusader.
Okay. Anything further about Zenithar?
Of the original divines, Zenithar is thought to be the most in touch with the mortal realm. Some legends say that Zenithar has close ties to Kinnereth, an idea that is supported by the manner in which the two gods' realms interact. Craftsmen devoted to Zenithar are able to create and profit from the materials provided by Kinnereth's natural world. The two work in harmony, the natural world providing for the craftsman. One cannot revere Zenithar without acknowledging the power of Kinnereth.
I don't actually know that much about Cyrodiil's gods, now that I think about it.
Go with virtue.
Huh. We've read, about the Daedra, the major Daedra. But is there a book about the gods, so that I could understand more about the religions? I don't think we've opened that chest. I'll grab that in a moment. Sir Henrik.
If you are true to the teachings of Julianus, it may be possible for you to find the shield of the Crusader.
Okay. What do you mean?
When the Order crumbled, I set out on my own. After years of searching, I found the shield and brought it to Fort Bulwark for safekeeping. With the help of a few trusted friends, I began work to keep the shield safe for all eternity. I never saw my work finished. I died defending the fort from those who would take and misuse the shield. I never saw our work finished. I trust that the others carried on without me.
Okay. So unlike a lot of the others that just took the items to use them, you were actually trying to protect one. You found it and tried to protect it, which was your purpose. So good on you, Sir Henrik. Tell me about this Fort Bulwark.
It lies in the southeast of Cyrodiil, near the Black Marsh border. If all went according to plan, it should be very well guarded now. Believe in yourself, and use your knowledge wisely. You will pass through unharmed, and the shield will be yours.
Somehow I'm guessing things didn't all go according to plan. Anything further about Fort Bulwark?
Look to the southeast of Cyrodiil to find it. I cannot say for certain what is inside, but be prepared for anything.
Okay. Tell me about Julianos.
History and knowledge are his domain. He is the god of wisdom and logic. He teaches us, know the truth, observe the law. When in doubt, seek wisdom from the wise.
Okay. Anything about the Knights of the Nine?
Though we went our separate ways when the Order fell, we all served the Nine in our hearts. All but one.
All but one. Is that the knight who went off to war with one of the pieces that Perennial... No, not Perennial. Must have been the main ghost over there. One of them was telling us about how one of them wandered off with an item, and that's what eventually drove them all apart. Anything further about the mace that you want to tell me?
Sir Ralbus quested for the mace after Sir Beric's betrayal. He believed that with the mace, he would be able to bring the rest of us together. He stayed in the Chapel of Leowen for months, attempting the test over and over. He hardly ate, hardly slept. In the end, he failed. He left the chapel broken and beaten. Sir Emil found his body and laid him to rest here at the Priory.
Sir Beric was the one that we were told about that left and didn't come back. And the shield.
The shield is safeguarded within Fort Bulwark. It is protected, and care must be taken when attempting to find it.
Okay.
May the Nine guide your way.
This is cool that we have all of these separate quests. I'm guessing they're all going to be fairly small, but still, that's a lot of different things to do for this armor. So it's not just a small little quest line.
Greetings, Sir Knight.
Greetings, Sir Gregory.
In matters of faith, one cannot be bogged down in the affairs of this world. Learn from us. Cast aside your treasures and serve the Nine.
You are very quiet. Anything you want to tell me about the shield? Do you not have a item of your own? Interesting.
Sir Henrik wasn't drawn into the war as so many of us were. His mind never left the shield.
Okay.
May the Nine guide your way.
How may I serve you, Commander?
Commander? You also don't have anything, your own item. Okay, tell me more about the gauntlets.
Sir Casimir took the gauntlets to war with him. After what happened with Daedric, who would try to stop him?
Yeah,
Complacency proved to be our greatest enemy. The service of the Nine requires eternal vigilance. May the Nine guide your way.
Sir Junkin?
I wish to see you succeed where I failed. I was on the path to the boots of the Crusader, but died before I reached them. Do you wish to learn what little I know?
Yes. Tell me more.
I cannot tell you exactly how to find the boots, for that will be up to Kinnereth. I can tell you to seek out her priests, though. West of the Imperial City, on the edge of the Great Forest, is a shrine. You will find them there, and they will tell you what you need to know.
Okay. What can you tell me about the boots of the Crusader?
The boots are safeguarded by Kinnereth herself. You must be tested and prove yourself worthy to acquire them.
Okay.
The wars of men undermine the service of the Nine. Do not follow in our mistakes.
They keep on saying don't follow in their mistakes of focusing on the wars. Instead, focus on duty to the Order of the Knights of the Nine, protecting the items. But it's like, right now, in the back of my mind, there's the whole Oblivion crisis going on, and fighting against Mehrunes Dagon. And it feels like these items should be used to help with that, but that's also going against what they're telling me.
Sir Henrik spent his days looking for the shield. He was so determined. We all were in those days. Go with virtue.
Okay, and Sir Caius.
How may I serve you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the gauntlets?
The gauntlets were recovered by Sir Casimir, one of our few victories during our time. But then, even our victories became our failure.
Okay.
In death, we continue the work that escaped us in life. The relics must still be guarded, for someday they shall be needed once more.
Apparently they're needed now, because the Ayleid God King is back, and only the Crusader relics can fight him off.
Alas, my old comrade is not among us here. We do not know why his spirit did not join us here to guard our last relic. We were estranged in life, but I had hoped that in death we could be reconciled. For my part, I now know that I'm largely to blame for the ruin of the old order. Sir Amiel takes too much upon himself. I will say no more.
Sir Beric left with one of the items, and he has not returned, so we don't know where his item is. I've spoken to Ghosts of the Knights of the Nine and learned where several parts of the armor of the Crusader are hidden. I should return when I've collected them all. Yeah, I suspect we're going to have to find Sir Beric and his last piece. Okay, so we have their gear. Just ordinary Knights of the Nine gear, not the Crusaders gear. Not really wanting any of that, though, because it's all heavy armor. But okay, if we go to our quests... Okay, these are all the Knights of the Nine quests. Which one seems most interesting? I guess we'll just start with Stendarr's Mercy. That's the gauntlets. That apparently cannot be moved from where they fell. Any way to close the stairs? No? It's just permanently open now? Not the best safety feature. First time someone uses it, suddenly the stairs are permanently... The hidden passageway is suddenly permanently open. Alright, so Stendarr is in Coral. Let's just fast travel there. We've been to Coral before. I am encumbered. how about that? I know that surprises everyone that I'm encumbered. Never happens.
It's handy enough. I heard others say the same.
Alright, into the chapel. So supposedly the gauntlets lie on the ground where they fell after he struck someone and cannot be moved. The gauntlets are too heavy to move. Okay.
How goes
Hi.
it? What brings you here, my lady?
Can you tell me anything about the gauntlets of the Crusader?
Ah, yes. The gauntlets have been here for ages. I know only the basic story behind them. They're more of a novelty these days. My only real involvement with them these days is keeping the youngsters from hurting themselves trying to pick the gauntlets up. What is your interest in them, if I may ask?
I have come to retrieve them, but I would like to know their story.
Yes, well, I don't know the whole thing. A great many years ago, a knight of the Old Order did something terrible, and the gauntlets just fell off. They dropped to the floor right where he stood, and no one could lift them. It was a sign of the curse placed upon this knight by Stendar, I think. That curse still lingers on today, in fact. Poor Kellen.
Who is Kellen?
Oh, why, he's a descendant of that very knight from so long ago. The curse has affected his family all these years. He suffers from it now. He came here from Hammerfell seeking a cure, but... well, there's really nothing that can be done for him, I think. He may know more of the story than I. Perhaps you should speak with him, if he's feeling well enough.
Okay. I will probably want to do that. But first, what else can you tell me about this curse?
It's a horrible thing, truly. One cannot help but pity those such as Kellen, who have such a burden placed on them, through no fault of their own. But
True.
But if it is the will of the Nine, then there is little that can be done.
Because, yeah, that night was... They were from hundreds of years ago, like 300 years ago, I think. So that entire descendant line has been cursed by the gods because he struck a beggar who was asking for handouts within the Chapel of Mercy. Like, yeah, it was bad, but cursing an entire family line for 300 years feels excessively cruel by the gods. Like, real bad. Anything further you can tell me about the gauntlets?
The gauntlets have been here far longer than any of us. I don't expect that to ever change. They'll almost certainly be here long after we're all gone. Certainly after Kellen's family has died out.
And any further rumors?
There are knights questing for the Crusaders' relics everywhere these days. It seems that many have heeded the Prophet's call.
Meanwhile, I think I'm still currently wearing the Crusader's helmet, but of course, he doesn't notice that. Alright, and now tell me about this Kellen.
He's down in the chapel hall, resting. You may speak to him if you like.
Oh, he's here? Alright, I shall do that. Yeah, I'm definitely wearing the Crusader's helmet. Just like, people are questing for the Crusader's relics, but, you know, they're not going to find anything, as I'm wearing one right in front of him. Alright, Kellen. What's your story?
How are you?
Hi.
What is it? Is there a cure? Has Arelder found a cure? I know there's something he's not telling me.
You're quiet. Tell me about this curse.
Ah, so you've heard it, have you? Terrible curse. Been in the family almost longer than anyone can remember. When I was younger, I could live with it. Wasn't so bad. But until it gotten worse over time, I'd come here, to the place it all happened, in the hopes that something could be done. I fear I haven't much time left otherwise. Arelder has let me stay, mostly out of pity, I think. But there's something else. I swear he knows more than he tells.
Man. They should have definitely put a bit more effort into the audio balance of this game. Just the occasional NPCs that are just impossibly quiet. If there weren't subtitles, I would not know what he was saying. Anything further about the gauntlets? We'll ask him about Ereldo later. What do you know?
Seen them, I assume. The only evidence of what happened so many years ago. Do you know that I thought perhaps I could lift them? That somehow this curse would be lifted if I could pick them up. I tried for hours, until my whole body ached, and I could barely move. I lay there on the floor next to them, weeping. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I've been at the end of my rope for far too long to be ashamed of anything.
He still hasn't actually told us what the curse is, just that it was easier to bear a while ago, but now it's getting impossible to bear. And it's like, okay, what exactly is the curse? Is it your inability to talk? Anything further about the gauntlets?
I don't know why they're still here. They're so heavy, and I'm so weak. What does Stendar want from me?
Is that the curse, that it makes you impossibly weak? Or is it just that they're heavy, and so you feel weak in comparison, and that's not the curse? Anyway, why do you think Ereldo knows more?
I've seen plenty of pity in people's eyes over the years. I grew up recognizing it. But with Ereldo, there's something else there. And when he speaks to me, there are times I'd swear he sounds apologetic. Guilty, even. Why would that be? What reason does he have to hold back information? I know I'm a doomed man one way or the other. Speak to him if you can. Convince him to tell me what he knows as a dying man's last wish.
Okay, so it's not just weakness. Your curse is killing you, you think?
Good day.
Knights of the Nine. Probably not going to tell me your curse. Notes on racial phylogeny. Could be interesting. It's not stealing. I'll read it. It's not related to the quest. I was hoping it would give me information. Ooh, it's also a skill book. Notes on racial phylogeny and biology, 7th edition by the Council of Healers, Imperial University. After much analysis of living specimens, the Council long ago determined that all races of elves and humans may mate with each other and bear fertile offspring. Generally, the offspring bear the racial traits of the mother, though some traces of the father's race may also be present. It is less clear whether the Argonians and Khajiit are infertile with both humans and elves, though there have been many reports throughout the eras of children from these unions, as well as stories of unions with Daedra. There have been no well-documented offspring. Khajiit differ from humans and elves, not only their skeletal and dermal physiology, the fur that covers their bodies, but their metabolism and digestion as well. Argonians, like the Drow, appear to be a semi-aquatic troglophile form of humans, though it is by no means clear whether the Argonians should be classified with Drow, men, Mer, or, in the author's opinion, certain tree-dwelling lizards in Black Marsh. Oh, that is harsh. The reproductive biology of orcs is at present not well understood, and the same is true of goblins, trolls, harpies, Drow, Saiski, Imga, various Daedra, and many others. Orcs are elves in the Elder Scrolls. Like, their proper name is Orsimer, and anything that ends in mer is an elf. So orcs are... They branched off of the other elves a while ago, like from the original ancestral elf race that no longer exists. I think orcs were one of the first to branch off, but they're elves. Certainly there have been cases of intercourse between these races, generally in the nature of rape or magical seduction, but there have been no documented cases of pregnancy. Still, the infertility of these creatures and the civilized hominids has yet to be empirically established or refuted, likely due to the deep cultural differences. Surely any normal Bosmer or Breton impregnated by an orc would keep that shame to herself, and there's no reason to suppose that an orc maiden impregnated by a human would not be likewise ostracized by her society. Regrettably, our oaths as healers keep us from forcing a couple to satisfy our scientific knowledge. We do know, however, that the Slode of Thras are hermaphrodites in their youth, and later reabsorb their reproductive organs once they are old enough to move about on land. It can be safely assumed that they are not infertile with men or mer. One might further wonder whether the proper classification of these same races, to use the imprecise but useful term, should be made from the assumption of a common heritage, and the differences between them have arisen from magical experimentation, the manipulation of the so-called earth bones, or from gradual changes from one generation to the next. I think there is a quest line actually in Oblivion that I recall. That raised my level quite a bit. There's a quest line in Oblivion dealing with a half-orc, which we will get to at some point.
Greetings, High Elf.
So, yeah. Very interesting for them to have that perspective that we don't know how to classify orcs, but we're putting them in the same bucket category of all these other monsters. So you know more than you're letting on.
Welcome, Knight Commander.
You're referring to me as Knight Commander? How do you know? Anyway, I talked to Kellen.
I cannot face him. I know what might be done for him, but I haven't the will to do it. I wish I could help him. Truly I do. But I cannot muster the strength to damn myself on his behalf.
What are you talking about?
The curse. I know what would lift it, but I cannot do it. The only way to free Kellen of his curse is to take it on myself. I am not strong enough to do this, and so I am a failure. I fail Kellen every time I speak to him, and I fail Stendarr every time I pray to him and do not ask for the power to lift the curse. Do you know one who would do such a thing? One who would pray at this chapel's altar, pray to Stendarr for the power to lift this curse?
I mean, I could do it. So we take his curse on us, which we still don't really understand, except that it's apparently killing him. And then that frees him. But really the curse is all about mercy, not giving mercy when mercy should have been given. So, seems like the correct thing to do would be to take the curse on ourselves as an act of mercy towards Kellen, and Stendarr would look on us with favor for that. Anything further about the curse?
I've told you. The only way to lift the curse from Kellen is to pray to Stendarr for the power to free him. But that means taking the curse on yourself. You'll be marked for life, as will all your children and your children's children. Farewell.
So we could go just straight to the altar and pray, but I'm curious if there's anything to be said talking to Kellen now, that we know the answer. It'll be disappointing if there's not.
No, hello.
Hi.
You've spoken to him, haven't you?
I have.
And he's told you something you don't want to tell me. I need someone to please tell me what's going on. Please, help me. Have mercy on me.
Yep, it all comes back to mercy. Yes.
So what can be done for me? I know you've learned something. I can see it in your face.
There is a way to lift the curse. Or lie, there's no way to save you. There's a way to lift the curse.
So someone could only lift the curse from me by taking it on themselves? No wonder Arelda didn't tell me. I'm not sure whether to call him a coward or simply say that I don't blame him. That'd be a large burden to bear. Thank you for being honest with me.
You're welcome. Anything further about the curse?
I'm not sure how I feel. To know that the curse can be lifted gives me hope. But to know that it also means damning another. Would someone taking that responsibility be merciful or suicidal? Farewell.
Okay. We will show you an act of mercy and take the curse upon ourselves. Whatever the unknown curse is. I wish it was better defined, because then it would actually mean something to decide to take it on ourselves. Because it's like, I'm taking some unknown curse, but I don't know what it is. Do you wish to pray to Stendar for the power to lift Kellen's curse? Yes. I have prayed at the altar in the chapel of Stendar and have been granted the ability to lay hands on Kellen. I need to see him at once. Hi there. Who are you?
My pleasure, really. I'm Otius Loren, primate of Stendar. You stand before God's servant in the House of the Nine. Be humble and show respect.
What do you know of the gauntlets?
The gauntlets, eh? They're a Relder's responsibility. Speak to him about them.
You don't care? They're a holy relic in your chapel and you're just like, meh, talk to some other guy. I'm too important for that. Any rumors?
I heard that someone's taken over that abandoned priory in the Westweald. I wonder what they could be up to.
Man, news travels fast.
Farewell.
I was just there. And I wasn't aware that news had traveled that I'd taken it over. I haven't even really taken it over.
What is it?
Hi, Kellen.
Come back to see the doomed man, have you? You too.
Okay, so it's an ability we're gonna have to use on you. It's probably touch. Lay hands? Probably? No. Maybe. Yes. I've lifted the curse from Kellen, which means taking it on myself. As a result, I am weary and my fatigue has been affected. With the curse lifted, I can now retrieve the gauntlets of the Crusader.
How did you? I feel good. I feel good. I don't feel like death. I feel like running.
Huh. Well, I seem to be fine as well. Hey, and you're louder.
Look at me.
How you doing?
I can't believe it. I feel normal. Thank you so much. You have no idea what this means to me. I know what you've done to free me from this curse. I don't claim to understand why you take it on yourself, but I appreciate it. It means more to me than I can say. Now I think I need to start living my life. I'm going to get out of here and see the world. Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. So what is the effect on us? We've got damage fatigue, curse of the consumed. Okay, we have 5 points of damage to our fatigue. That's it? No, seriously, that's all it is? Our maximum fatigue is down by 5. Out of our 330, I assume it was 338. It's now down to 333. Oh no, I'm a dead man. Well, he did say it was easy at first and then it got worse. So, maybe.
Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome, Knight Commander.
I helped Kellen.
You lifted the curse? But that means that now you've cursed yourself. Why would you do such a thing?
Mercy.
Farewell.
Also, I need the gauntlets. I've recovered the gauntlets of the Crusader. I've completed Sir Casimir's quest by recovering the gauntlets of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the relics that the other Ghost Knights were questing for. Anything to say now that I've grabbed the gauntlets?
I can't believe you were willing to do that for Kellen. To sacrifice your own well-being without hesitation. What business do I have acting as a priest if I'm not willing to do all I can in helping those who need it? Perhaps I need to rethink my calling.
Perhaps you do, since this is a church devoted to mercy.
Please, leave me be. I need time to think on what I've seen and done.
And no, I can't talk about the fact that I picked up the gauntlets. So, Fortify Restoration, they seem to all have that. Fortify Restoration of 5 points. This one's 8 points. And then Resist Disease 50% on self. It's not nothing. I think my current gauntlets aren't that impressive. Yeah, just Resist Frost 20%. Granted, I don't think resist disease is that much greater. 3 armor versus... Currently 1 armor because it's broken. Alright. So we have... Grab the gauntlets. Hi there.
Hello there. We're here to help.
He was just standing there looking at me, so I didn't know if you had something going on.
There's a man at the Coral Chapel, living in the Undercroft. I heard he's dying of something.
Yeah, that's been taken care of, don't worry. So where is next? Oh, we're supposed to just take it back, or did it put me back on Priory of the Nine? Okay. Just put me back on Priory of the Nine. So we've got Shrine to Kinnereth, which is where? Up here. Wisdom of the Ages. It's going to be way down there, near Leowin. And then the last one, Path of the Righteous, is in Leowin itself. Let's go to the... I was going to say go to the Priory and drop off these gauntlets so that they're not going to weigh me down, but I don't think they weigh that much. They weigh 10. Nah, we'll move on. Let's go here because we can just fast travel directly there to Leowin. Yeah, we're encumbered. Five fatigue damage.
It's you. I've heard of you. You're the one restoring the Knights of the Nine, aren't you?
Yes. Hi there. I'm merely a servant of the Nine. I have to go. Yes, I am. And who are you? I'm merely a servant of the Nine. We'll be humble about it.
Such humility. I admire you. I am Caradus O'Holan. I originally came to this chapel in search of the Mace of Zenithar. I tried, but I could not pass the test. My faith was weak. Or perhaps Zenithar decided that it was not I who should carry the mace. He has found a use for me, however. The priests have asked me to stay to protect the chapel. After what happened in Anvil, they are afraid.
Reasonable. Tell me about your views on Zenithar. What about you? What's your story? And what can you tell me about the mace? All of those are good. What are your views on Zenithar?
Of the original divines, Zenithar is thought to be the most in touch with the mortal realm. Some legends say that Zenithar has close ties to Kinnereth, an idea that is supported by the manner in which the two gods' realms interact. Craftsmen devoted to Zenithar are able to create and profit from the materials provided by Kinnereth's natural world. The two work in harmony, the natural world providing for the craftsman. One cannot revere Zenithar without acknowledging the power of Kinnereth.
I think you quoted that word for what the Knight of the Nine that we spoke to said, which is really awkward. What about you? What's your story?
I grew up in Cheydinhall. My father was a cobbler. My mother was an acolyte of Zenithar. She was self-taught, not part of the chapel proper. They were both killed in an accident when I was young. I became a ward of the Crown and was drafted into the Imperial Army. After serving 2 tours patrolling Stros Makai, I left the service for a life devoted to Zenithar, inspired by my parents.
I don't know Stros Makai, so I wish I could ask him more about that. And what can you tell me about the mace?
Legends say that when Pelennor Whitestrake was slain by the Aliads, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leowin as a message. Centuries later, the master craftsman St. Calidus built the Chapel of Zenithar in Leowin as a tribute to the legend. When St. Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the mace of the Crusader.
Yeah, again, you're quoting the Knight, which is just awkward and weird. Alright, anything further about Zenithar?
Of the original divines, Zenithar, some legends say that Zenith craftsmen the two...
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to that again. And the mace?
Legends say that when centuries...
No.
When St.
You're just repeating yourself.
Bye.
Alright, well, thank you. So, it's down here? In the Undercroft. Hi, is that undead that I'm gonna have to fight? Or are they friendly? Are you a friendly ghost? You are friendly ghosts. What? Sanctified Ancient Spectre. Okay, that's wild. So here, we pray at the tomb of St. Calidus, with all these ghosts around. And we get a vision of the mace. I've knelt before the shrine of St. Calidus in Leywin and found myself transported to some sort of dark void. I can see the mace of Zenithar off in the distance, but there seems to be no way to reach it. According to Sir Ralvus, I must allow my faith in the Nine to guide me to the mace. Okay. What do you think the chances are it's just walk forward with faith? That seems to be a no. I stepped into the void to try and reach the mace of Zenithar, but my feet met nothing but air and I fell into the darkness. There must be a way to walk between the platforms to reach the mace. Give it another shot. Certainly nothing obvious. Faith in the gods. How does one show faith in a video game? Do I jump? Nope. Bowing? If you count crouching as bowing? Nope. Faith. There's really nothing further in the quest. There must be a way to walk between the platforms and reach the mace. Because it could be, you know, a specific spot to walk off. Oh, I saw that glow. But no, that doesn't seem to actually be anything. Or is there a secret button? I don't think so. Maybe faith is looking up? Nope. My attempts to reach the Mace of Zenithar have been unsuccessful. No matter what I try, I cannot reach the other platform. Perhaps if I continue my quest for the other relics, an answer will present itself. Alright. Fine. You don't know anything? Okay. So, we will assume that this is on hold for now. And we'll get the mace last. Anything further from you?
So far, things have been quiet. After the horror in Anvil, the priests here are more than a bit nervous.
Yeah, okay.
Farewell.
No further advice from you. Alright, then I think I'm going to end the episode here. And next time we will take on a couple more of the Knights of the Nine item quests. See which other ones we can grab. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys then. Bye.